the most prestigious club competition in European football. And now it comes down to this, the final itself. Who will prevail? We're live on EA TV. This is where every top-level footballer wants to be after a long season. The Champions League final. Only 2 teams left in the battle for Europe's Premier Club competition. My name is Derek Ray, and I'm joined for commentary on this final tonight by Stuart Robson. It's Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid.
You just wonder what those players are thinking right now. Some will be nervous, some will be excited, and some may be anxious. But once that whistle blows, we're going to be in for an absolute classic here.
And the starting 11 for Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois is in goal. Jude Bellingham starts alongside Federico Valverde in central midfield. And the main threat in attack today should be Kylian Mbappe. And this is how Atletico will line up. Jan Oblak stands between the posts. Marcos Llorente starts alongside Koke in central midfield. And they're going with 2 strikers. Julian Alvarez plays alongside Alexander Sørloth. And they're underway now in the Champions League final. We're about to find out which team is the best in Europe. Bellingham. Valverde. Tchouaméni. And Bellingham. Aurélien Tchouaméni. Jude Bellingham. Oh, that's a really good run. Mbappe! And it has arrived, the opening statement in this UEFA Champions League final.
Well, it's great awareness of space in the box, and then he shows a lot of composure with the finish. That's a clever goal.
So on they go again. A wake-up call for Atletico. Can they find a response here? Lookman. Alexander-Arnold. Mbappe. And Valverde. And a brisk run. And the through ball. Vinicius Junior. Safely away.
Well, that's a good decision. It just buys his team a breather here.
Atletico get the free kick decision their way. Through by Koke. That is a very fine challenge in difficult circumstances. He's in with a chance. Just can't get it past him. And that will be a penalty. And now to level the game. And levels the game! No doubts visible there. Sending it into the back of the net with utter confidence. This final is certainly living up to its billing.
Let's take another look. He deceives the goalkeeper really well here by getting to dive one way before placing it into the opposite side. A really good penalty.
So, a level contest, 1-1. Alexander Sørloth. Marcos Llorente has it. The referee has decided to give the free kick to Atletico. Well, that's splendid play. How did they let that attack come to an end?
Really good defending there.
Ready to break, perhaps? Well, a disappointing end to that break. Alvarez. Marcos Llorente. Good-looking move. Very quick thinking there. Bellingham. Kylian Mbappe. And on to Alexander-Arnold. Mbappe to take the lead. Oh, it's in! To give them the lead in the final. The stuff that dreams are made of.
Well, here's the replay, and he shows great awareness to play this through ball. And that's a top-class finish from Mbappe. He hits that with such control. That's a brilliant goal.
So back underway at 2-1. Tight contest here. Marcos Llorente. Showing a good reading of the game. Marcos Llorente. Alvarez. Marcos Llorente has it. Here's Alvarez. Koke. Alvarez. Good patient build-up as they try to fashion something. Well, it was a good-looking sequence, but it comes to an end. Jude Bellingham. Plenty of support here. Vinicius Junior. Here's Mbappe. Oh, read it really well.
Well, he's just shown what a clever play is without the ball.
Well, very effective play in possession. But nothing comes of it. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Vinicius Junior. Aurelien Tchouameni. And Valverde. Jude Bellingham. Tchouameni. The ball back with Real now. Bellingham. And Valverde. Lookman. Nahuel Molina. Koke with it. Super tackle and they've won possession. Koke. Nahuel Molina. So on the cusp of the half-time interval and Real Madrid with a narrow lead. What have you made of what you've seen from them in this half?
Well, it's been a lively first half, hasn't it? Both sides have looked dangerous, but I think they do have a bit more guile in the top third of the pitch, and that's been key to them leading at the moment.
Tchouameni. And Bellingham. Federico Valverde. This is a joy to watch. Out of play and an Atleti throw-in forthcoming. Marcos Llorente. Here's Ademola Lookman. Koke. Lookman. Marcos Llorente has it. Here's Ademola Lookman. Koke with it. Lookman. A lot of momentum to this Atletico attack. Can he get them level? And keeping it out. Valverde is with Vinicius Junior. Tchouameni. Given away by Real Madrid. Koke. Marcos Llorente has it. Alexander Sørloth. Lookman. Intelligent ball. And with that, the attack fizzles out. Federico Valverde. Jude Bellingham. And there we have it. That brings to an end the first half here at the Berliner Olympiastadion. Into the second half then, and it's going to be fascinating to see whether or not Atletico can turn this game on its head. Rudiger. Valverde. That's a good-looking ball. And Bellingham. And Valverde. And a relatively straightforward save for the keeper. Marcos Llorente. Koke with it. Atletico have given us away. Federico Valverde. Seemed to switch off for a moment, and now a throw-in. Molina. Koke. Hansko. Lookman. Koke with it. Top-class defending. Alexander-Arnold. Well, the scoreline means they can focus on keeping possession.
Yeah, it's all going right for them here.
Bellingham. Real Madrid have given us away. Alexander Sørloth. Aurélien Tchouameni. Possibilities inside the box. Genuine chance. And there it is! A two-goal cushion now, and just look at these fans. The trophy coming their way, surely.
Well, here we can see it again. He's shown outstanding vision to find the perfect cutback, and he makes no mistake with the finish. He showed a lot of composure there.
So back underway, 3-1 the score. Alexander Sørloth. Alvarez. Llorente. And quick thinking defensively. Bellingham. Jude Bellingham. Is with Vinicius Junior. Well, we're into the final half hour. And threaded through by Mbappe. Well, unfortunately, not very convincing at all with that effort.
Well, he made a mess of that. Just didn't make a good connection, did he?
Lookman. Here's Alvarez. Koke. And the ball with Sørloth. Now what can they do from here? Lookman. And sloppy in possession from Atletico. Perhaps they can counter from here. Alexander Sørloth. Well, this is better, but they need to make the pressure count now. Jude Bellingham. Now with Alexander-Arnold. Holding on to what they have is the priority, apparently. Eder Militao. Is with Vinicius Junior. Jude Bellingham. Here's Mbappe. Oh, left his man behind here. Bellingham! And he's made it a brace for himself. The defender's just unable to stay with him. And he's having a field day.
Well, this is worth watching again. Mbappe beats the challenge with such ease, but there's still plenty for him to do. Under all sorts of pressure from the defender, he's just able to keep him at bay and finishes with aplomb. It's a great goal.
Well, not too much defending going on in the grand scheme of things. 4-1. Into the final 20 minutes. Lookman. Koke. Marcos Llorente has it. Mbappe. Plenty of support here. Oh, big moment! Another goal! The lead grows to 4 now. A rampant display.
Well, let's look at this again. To pick out this pass shows wonderful vision. It's inch perfect, and the movement is good, making for a comfortable finish. It's a really great goal.
A glut of goals. 5-1 it is. Marcos Llorente. Determined defending. Courtois. Well, that's how to keep the opposition at bay. Tchouaméni. Now counter-attacking possibilities. Given away by Real Madrid. Can they take advantage? Thoughtful play. Atletico have the corner. He's made a real difference, I must say, but the manager decides that this is the time to make a change. Koke tasked with taking it. And that's handled without any trouble at all. Rudiger. Federico Valverde. Now with Bellingham. Well, the defenders know they need to get tighter. Can't really allow runs like that. Vinicius! And the keeper more than equal to it. Griezmann. Alvarez. 5 minutes left for play, and all pretty decisive. Rodrigo. Just the challenge that was required. Lookman. Might be able to set up the chance. And beyond the last defender, offside. Well, Real Madrid are going to make the change now. Aurelien Tchouaméni. He has teammates around him. Vinicius! That is a perfect tackle!
Well, that's how to defend in those situations, that's for sure.
Marcos Llorente. Here's Ademola Lookman. Well, if you're wondering about added time, 2 minutes it'll be. Eder Militao. Rudiger has it. An example of how to press. Federico Valverde. Now with Bellingham. And there it is! Real Madrid, Champions League winners.
Well, just look at the emotions out there. Joy and relief on one side, despair and heartache on the other. But we've got the right winners here. They fully deserved it on the night.
For these players, well, it's the night of their lives, and they're determined to enjoy every millisecond.
Well, they have to make the most of this, don't they? It's a great feat. What an achievement from them.
Well, they don't need to be reminded about what comes next. It's the presentation of the coveted Champions League trophy.
Well, there's some tired players out there, but what you can be sure of, they'll find some energy when they get their hands on the trophy. They'll be going mad in the next few moments.
The Champions League winners, Real Madrid.
Well, this is what they wanted. What a moment for these players. They've worked so hard to win this trophy. They've been fantastic.
And you can feel the emotion. It's natural to reflect on this final, but so much hard work has gone into the entire campaign. Memories, memories. What would a celebration be without the chance to enjoy it with your own supporters?
Well, these fans have certainly played their part, haven't they? They'll savour these moments. They've travelled far and wide to follow their team. They're loving every minute of this, and why not? They deserve it.
A performance of fire as well as ice. They held their nerve when that was necessary. And these celebrations will run long into the night.
Well, these are the moments they have to make the most of. It doesn't happen very often, does it? These will be photos to cherish for years to come. Brilliant stuff.
And you are looking at the best club side in Europe.